What is control of error? Have you ever watched what happens when an adult corrects a child? You can't help but see the sadness and the sense of defeat in their eyes. Maybe you've even experienced this yourself when someone has corrected you. This type of correction can negatively impact a child's self esteem and their willingness to try new things or to challenge themselves. For this reason and many others, Dr. Maria Montessori developed materials with a built in control of error, allowing the child to discover their mistakes and self correct. Montessori materials are designed so that the child receives instant feedback about their progress as they work, allowing them to recognize, correct, and learn from an error without the need for adult assistance. There are a multitude of benefits of having control of error embedded within the learning materials, including the child receiving instant feedback on their progress, being supported in their development of a growing healthy self esteem, being motivated to try new things and take risks. The learning environment supports the child's independence to complete work at their own pace and on their own time. The child begins to learn to recognize, understand, correct, and learn from the mistakes that they make. The child can take control of their own learning and not need to rely on adult judgment. And finally, the child can sincerely feel their success and completing their own work, developing a sense of intrinsic motivation. Here are some examples of materials in a Montessori 3 to 6 classroom environment with a built-in control of error. Sensorial materials. If works like the pink tower, brown stair, knobbed cylinders, or even the binomial and trinomial cubes are not built correctly, they will not fit or will not create the appropriate pattern. The number rods shown here will not align or fit correctly if not arranged in the proper ascending or descending order. Practical life is another great way for children to learn about control of error. They see that spills happen, and that's okay. It provides them an opportunity to clean up their messes, to fix their own errors. And finally, cultural nomenclature cards or vocabulary cards, where children match pictures and words, have an inherent built in control of error. When the child is working with mathematical materials at the elementary level, the 6 to 12 classrooms, and learning the equations for addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, the control of error becomes what are known as control charts, which give the child all of the correct answers to the equations. This allows children to check their own work after they've finished and to become aware of mistakes and correct them. This is not done by the adult, but by the children themselves, giving them the opportunity to find their own errors and rectify them. This is as much of the learning process as the work itself. The same is true for many language and cultural or cosmic works, including the nomenclature cards. A number or a color code system may be displayed on the backs of the card materials, or there may be answer keys, much like the math control charts, to help the child in the process of checking their own work. In The Absorbent Mind, Maria Montessori wrote, "So we come to a scientific principle, which is also a path to perfection. We call it the control of error. Whatever is done in school, by teachers, children, or others, there are bound to be mistakes. So we need this rule as part of school life, namely, that what matters is not so much correction in itself, as that each individual should become aware of his own errors. Each should have a means of checking so that he can tell if he is right or not." When we allow for self correction, children learn from their mistakes. We teach them that it is not about the right answer or the correct way of completing work, but about the process of learning itself. We empower them to take risks and to accept new challenges. We'd love for you to share with us in the comments an example of how or when you've observed the control of error at work. And remember, we have lots of other really great videos, so make sure you've subscribed to our channel and are following along on our other social media platforms as well. Until next time, have a great day.